I've done over 500 pop-ups in the past 3 years, and here's what I've learned. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today's a little bit of a different video. This is more what I've done and what I've learned doing pop-ups for my coffee company, Welch Coffee Co. Over the years of doing pop-ups, you start to learn how to consolidate, how to make your job easier, because at the end of the day, pop-ups are hard. There are a lot of work, and there's a lot of coffee companies that started out doing pop-ups and transitioned to retail because there's a lot of work. But I've been spending time trying to simplify my setup so I can go do more pop-ups, do more events, more weddings, more office experience. If you're thinking about starting your own coffee cart business, here are 3 things that you should start thinking before building. For guys who don't know, I have a coffee company called Welch Coffee Co. We are a mobile espresso bar. We have long-term pop-ups in breweries. We've done pop-ups in a corporate setting as well as a park, public setting. We've done pop-ups literally anywhere and everywhere that would have us. So from that, my cart started on a simple IKEA, I don't want to say it's a kitchen table, but if I could find a photo, that was my setup. And I had a Breville and I had a small grinder. Hot take. If you're starting a coffee business, you already love coffee, so you most likely have an espresso machine, like a small one for home, and you have a grinder. That's how you start. That's it. So I started out with that. I think I got off of Facebook Marketplace, fit in my Chevy Cruze, and made sure it fit in my Chevy Cruze, and now that's the first tip. It grew into an IKEA kitchen island, which looks like this. And then now I have my 3rd iteration of a coffee cart. Again, I'm always learning new things or new ways, or even getting new carts to see how easy it can be to set up and tear down within 30 minutes. I say that where sometimes it takes me 40 minutes, 45 minutes, but that's just me taking my time. And this is what my cart looks like now. Got it on Amazon, but you can get it at Home Depot, but it's essentially a workbench where you can you don't need screws. The only thing I screw is just the top to the frame, but I use a mallet to pop everything in. That setup doesn't take me long, it takes me 5 minutes. But another thing I can add on to it is to add wheels. So I can start putting the wheels on, and then I can start putting everything on it and push my cart to wherever I need to be. 3 iterations of a cart. Tip 1, keep it simple. There's no need to overcomplicate carts. There's ways, if you look on Instagram, there's a few build it yourself, and there's that part I love. But for me, I don't have a big minivan. I don't have a massive car. I have a Kia Seltos, so it can fit a lot of stuff. And that's kind of one of the reasons why I got the Kia Seltos. But use what you have with what you have. And what I mean by that is, what car do you have? How are you transporting your stuff? And start there. What stuff can you fit in your current car? You don't need an investment of another car. Have a simple setup where you can at least be set up within 40 minutes by taking your time. Come up with a plan and then try to simplify that plan and then try to simplify that again. Make it as simple and easy as possible, because that will go a long way. So our second tip for you before you start your coffee cart journey is to have good extension cords. Not talking about power bars. I am not talking about anything crazy. Just get really good extension cords and get a few of them. Get at least 3 to 4, more the merrier, because I remember one time, went to a wedding. It was a friend's wedding, and I had a cart that was not like my second cart, where I couldn't pull it apart. I couldn't take it piece by piece. It was a unit. That's why I couldn't fit in my car. It was a unit. And I had help bringing it all up and then bringing it all down. But the thing is that there was no outlets nearby. And my setup is I can be anywhere and everywhere. Closest outlet was at least 50 feet away. So not only I had my main extension cord that has maybe 15 feet, I had another 30 feet just to get to the area. Then I actually had a smaller extension cord that not only got to the outlet, but gave me a little bit of give. So always, always, always have extension cords. You can never have too many, and you'll most likely use all of them all the time. And get good ones too. Don't get the cheap ones. They're worth the investment. All right, tip number 3 is, I kind of mentioned it before, is having a dolly. I have, oh my God, my first ever dolly. I got it from my old apartment's garbage room. Again, it doesn't need to be fancy. The dollies do not need to be fancy. It has to be practical. That's it. Practical, not fancy. So the one I got from my garbage room was like, it was beaten up. It had paint. It was probably from construction, and it was loud as hell, but it helped my back. I brought a lot of things there. I used it like every single pop-up, and then I got to a point where it actually broke. Like I pushed it and the handles broke off from the base, and I'm like, okay, well, time to retire. But I got it for free. So not to say garbage dive, but if you're thrifting, if you're going thrifting, have that in mind. Doesn't need to be fancy. But then I upgraded to one that was multi-use, where it could be a normal dolly, but it also extends. It looks like, hopefully I have a clip of that. But that thing, it also repurposed it into a little bit of a table. I have bins, and that's tip 4. Bins, 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 bins. Have a shit ton of bins. The more bins, just like the extension cord, the more bins you have, the better your life will be, because it's easy, it's organized, and hey, hand up accountability. I am not the most organized guy, but bins help you so much. Even just transporting stuff, that alone, amazing. So the dolly that I have, I could put 2 big bins, and I could lay them on the side, and that could be a table. So when you have a pop-up, you don't necessarily need a secondary table. It depends on what your vision is. So you can put this behind you, and that could be where the kettle is. That's where all your storage, all the random stuff that you don't want to be showing. That'll be perfect. Repurpose stuff that you already have. But that dolly, I've not only pushed that through snow, I pushed that through hills, grass, gravel, concrete, roads. It's so stable and made my life so much easier, because you can stack so much shit on it. And all these things I'll link down below. All the extension cords, the dolly, my setup that I got, all linked down below for your reference. You don't have to buy it. I don't have an affiliate link or anything like that. Just more for you to get started on your mobile cop. All right, we'll catch you on the next one.